NFL Nation Eagles reporter Tim McManus with us now. And Tim, if we're talking fly, Eagles fly, I don't know if anybody's flying higher than Jalen Carter off that record-breaking deal. What is it about this time and this player for this deal to get wrapped up by Philly now?
Well, deadlines spur action, and of course the start of training camp was a major deadline for both sides. They wanted to get this done and sort of put it on the back burner so they could focus on football primarily. The Eagles, actually, general manager Howie Roseman said that he wanted to get this deal done in March, but it wasn't that easy. They had to see what the market was going to bear. Both sides were kind of looking at that. Eventually, they found some middle ground in order to strike this deal. And, Carter can be one of the most disruptive defensive players in the entire NFL. And the way that Saquon Barkley put it on Wednesday said, haven't seen just how scary Carter can be yet. They believe that there is another level to his game. It's not a guarantee that everything's going to go well. Of course, he came into the NFL. There were some questions about his character that had him drop to 9th overall. There's been some ups and downs since he got into the league, but the upside is just tremendous. The Eagles recognize that. They're able to get a deal done that reflects that.
Yeah, finding that ceiling is a terrifying proposition for everybody else, the NFC East especially. Tim, let's talk about the offense. Another new offensive coordinator in Sean Mannion. I mean, Philly's one of, 3/4 of the league with new OCs or play callers this year. What are your early thoughts on Jalen Hurts within this new Mannion system?
Well, number one, it's going against a lot of the things that Hurts has done typically throughout the course of his career, where there's a lot more under center, a lot more play action, a lot more throws over the middle. To this point, Hurts has embraced it. And I think the first day of training camp really showed the kind of promise that this offense has. And one play in particular exemplified that, and that's with Hurts under center. He dropped back to his right. He found Devontae Smith going down the left seam, hits him in stride with Quinyon Mitchell all over him for a big completion. And there were those kind of moments that lead you to believe, there might be something to this. Now, it's going to be a work in progress. That same practice showed a pre-snap penalty by the offensive line, followed by a sequence where Hurts and Saquon Barkley weren't on the same page and they couldn't even connect for a handoff. So, there's going to be some stumbles along the way. I think it's going to be a pretty significant learning curve. But to this point, most importantly, Jalen Hurts seems invested in what's happening. The players seem to be believing in Sean Mannion as their new offensive coordinator. So there's some hope starting out here at training camp.
So you've mentioned some top line, big faces, jerseys people buy on either side of the ball, offense and defense. Tim, as you're out there, sweating in the northern summer in South Philly, who's a player for you to watch